All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Terre Haute Brewing Company, and they are out of Terre Haute, Indiana, and this is their Rose. So they're calling this one a Belgian Dark Strong Ale. It comes in at 10.8% alcohol by volume, 23 IBUs at the time of review. This can is just over 3 months old, and I'm going to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Todd, for hooking me up with this one. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mount boxing video I did that contains all the goodies he hooked me up with, and he hooked me up with one of the beer from THBC, and it was their Toasted Coconut Velvet Cream Vanilla Milk Stout, I believe. And it was a really good milk stout. Didn't get a lot of the adjuncts, but it was damn tasty for what it is. And yeah, I'm interested in this one. Why? Just a Belgian Strong Dark Ale. Now, you don't see a lot of, American breweries brewing this style and then throwing it out there in cans or bottles and getting packaged and whatnot. So I'm really excited about this one. So let's give it a crack and a pour and see what we got going on here. They do have a spiel on the back as tasting notes. We won't read it. I don't want to influence my terrible palate, so I kind of just figure it out myself. So anyway, let's give it a pour here and we will go from there. Do something like that. Want to get my nose in there. So yeah, that has like a really nice like walnut looking color to it. It's funny because, with the lights and whatnot on the outside, it has like a ruby red kind of feel to it. And this is more like a walnut colored, like a brownish kind of tinge to it. Had about a finger of a light tan, relatively creamy looking head that is now dissipated into about a half a finger. But yeah, looks really nice. Has some alcohol legs on the sides of the glass. And let's get a nose. Yeah, so wow. Ooh. Tons. And a lot of times I'll say tons or lots. And, indication that there is a lot of whatever I'm about to say. There is a substantial amount of like dark fruits, red fruits in here. It's crazy. Sweet dark cherry. There's dates. There's plums. There's figs. There's raisins. You could probably name almost any dark fruit and it's in here. There's caramel. There's toffee. There's a little bit of like a molasses. Big bready malt component as well. There's a nice spicy kind of component, like a clove maybe. Coriander. A little bit of chocolate. There's like a brown sugar, kind of like confectionery sugar type of note too. It smells sweet, but in a very decadent and robust way. It's not like just straight on sugar. There's complexity to it. Oh man. A little bit of like a banana. Vanilla. Holy shit, is this complex. Wow. So I'll just go on and say right now, this is one of the most complex and enjoyable noses of a Belgian beer I've had from an American brewery. Period. It smells fucking dynamite. So let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Todd. That is a fucking delicious beer. Absolutely delicious. This is the best beer I think that Todd sent my way. Believe it or not. This is a great beer. Body in this is like higher side of medium, lower side of full. Maybe a bit thin for something that's 10.8%. I don't care. It's not going to detract me from enjoying this. The mouthfeel, it has a lot of spritzy carbonation. Not a lot. Let me take it back. It has a nice, crisp kind of feel to it, but it's really soft and smooth. Slightly creamy, but more like a smooth kind of character on the palate. So, body, bit thin. Mouthfeel, I think is proper. The taste. What I love about this beer is, in the nose, those notes were so sweet. And again, decadent, rich. And in the taste, they're the same way. But what I enjoy is that it doesn't have that really like overbearing sweetness. There's a lot of sweet malty goodness, but man, is this is like full on dry. There's almost no bitterness here, but there's a big dryness on the back of the palate. So right from sweet dark cherry, raisins, dates, plums, for sure. It just, and they're sweet, they're juicy, and you get all that fruity goodness at the forefront. There's an underlying caramel, toffee, molasses, bready type of malt sensation, and that's underlying the entire palate. And it's great. It's just propping up the fruit and then some of the spice that comes later. So again, all that fruitiness up front. After that, I'm hit with a little bit of vanilla, but it transitions nicely into this, I'm going to say, a clove-esque kind of coriander, almost white pepper kind of spiciness. Yeah. And that finishes out the palate. It rides to the end, and on the finish is this full-on dry. There's a little bit of like that, like a peppery kind of dryness. And again, no bitterness really to speak of, but again, you don't need it because it's so dry. And I will say this, I'm somebody who doesn't typically enjoy really dry finishes, but it works so well in this one because it balances out that sweet malty goodness. You kind of need it. Without it, it's the hero of the beer. Without it, this is just a big malt bomb with nothing to back it up. And I think that this is a fucking absolutely delicious beer. It really is. So their other beer, that crazy milk stout, which was a really well-made, good milk stout, kind of missed the mark just because all the adjuncts weren't detectable by me, really. Just a little bit of vanilla, no toasted coconut. This is just a really well-done Belgian Strong Dark. Pouring the rest in there, I'm getting a really big bump of that like raisin, date kind of plum, really deep, dark, fruity goodness. 10.8%, can you tell it's a big beer? Yeah. I mean, the flavors would indicate getting a little bit of warming in the chest and the stomach. Almost 11%? No way. I think the alcohol dryness is mixing in with that perceived dryness from the beer itself, and it's bumping it up a little bit. But there's no astringency on the palate, which is really nice. This is a sipper that I could crush if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I'm going to sip on this probably for the next hour and enjoy every sip. And I took this out of, so I put this in my dark beer fridge, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. This is probably like 55 to like 58 at this point. And I'll tell you what, it's a perfect drinking temperature. Cool, but not cold. And you're getting everything you really want. Because, you have a beer like this super cold right out of the fridge. You need to let it kind of express itself by getting into the glass and opening up. But you also need it to warm up a bit to kind of get the flavors. I feel like if this is like 38 degrees, a lot of these flavors would be muted for me. This is fucking delicious. So congratulations, and I mean, not congratulations like they fucking won an award or something. I'm just some random nobody on the internet reviewing this beer, but I'm just gonna say kudos to Terre Haute for not only brewing this one, but packaging it, and this is delicious. This is fucking absolutely divine. And I'm glad that it's a huge thanks to Todd for sending this one my way. There's only a handful of like Belgian strong darks or like Belgian quads that I've really been impressed from like American breweries. And this is up there with it. So Rose from THBC. I am going to give this a high 4.5 out of 5. I'm going 4.6 out of 5. This is fucking delicious. Price availability, I have no idea. So Todd, if you can chime in here, where would I be comfortable? What would I be comfortable paying for this? 10.8%, 16-ounce can. I would like to see this in like the $20 4-pack range, but if it was like $24, it was like $6 a can, I think that would be fine. Like I think I'd be okay with it. It's almost 11%. And one can is going to be fine for the day. So like $5 to $6 a can, I'm fine with. So Todd, let me know. And availability, Terre Haute doesn't get, I don't think crazy distribution or anything, pretty local. So if you've ever had this beer before, post in the comment section, let me know. What's your favorite Belgian Strong Dark Ale? There's a lot of true Belgian beers that I enjoy. For me, when it comes to Belgian brewery, like Rochefort is top tier for me up there. All of their beers really are just delicious. So it'd be hard to beat them. But like for an American-brewed Belgian Strong Dark, I'm happy. So not much more to say about it. Just take one more sip and we'll close it out. Let me read the back, right? I forget a lot of times. Originally brewed by Belgian monks, this style requires patient attention to detail, using the finest ingredients and aging to maturity. The use of Belgian yeast imparts dark fruit, plum, yep. Fig, I don't think I said fig, dates, figs, sure. And spice notes that complement the rich, bready, caramel malt that embodies the style. Fucking yes, you are correct. Terre Haute, you are correct. Thanks, Todd. Thanks, buddy. This is the last beer I have from Todd's beer mail outside of his whodunit beer, which I haven't done yet. And I like that he threw in a couple styles like this, just a German Hefeweizen. Then he threw in some crazy pastry stuff, and then like a couple hop forward beers. But I'm glad he threw this in here. I'm done. Thank you, Todd. Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.